What's going on today, guys, and welcome to Eddie Studios. If you haven't been here before, I do weekly videos to try to help you be a better videographer, and I do a lot of product reviews. But a lot of you know I do a lot of reviews on the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 and talking about all of its features and specs and stuff like that, and I still have plenty more to come on this little camera. But today I want to actually talk about what is wrong with this camera. Yeah, that's right. Even though I love this thing, there's some problems. So let's talk about those problems, but the real goal here is to tell DJI about them so that they might be able to fix some of these in firmware updates. Now I do have the creator combo pack here, and some of those problems have to do with that, so pay attention. If this is something you guys are into and you like to see product reviews on budget video gear, please hit that like button now, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. But let's get into this, and in the end, I want to tell you what I expect to see in the next version of the Pocket camera from DJI, because I have some ideas. So I haven't been around for a couple weeks because I've had a ton of client work coming in, and I unfortunately am not a monetized channel yet, so I have to really focus on the stuff that's going to bring me money so that I can keep bringing you guys content here. So that being said, don't forget to subscribe again, because that helps me out in making this channel monetized, and the sooner I get monetized on this channel, the sooner I can dedicate a lot more of my time to this and bringing you guys budget product reviews and talk about this budget gear that can actually make you guys be awesome videographers. All right, let's get into the Osmo Pocket 2 and some of the problems I don't like. So one of the main things that bothers me about this camera, and a previous video I did was about the different color profiles that you can shoot it in, which is basically normal or the D-Cinelike. I like shooting in D-Cinelike so that I can play with it more in post. Now you can tool with it a little bit in post with the normal color profile, but D-Cinelike is my preferred profile. That being said, I also always have my do-it-all handle on here because I'm using the wireless microphone and I am utilizing the features that it has for putting a headphone jack in it or putting an external microphone just plugged straight into it and stuff like that, because I'm using this thing daily and it's for more professional style stuff, even though it's not quite a professional camera. So I don't like that in 4K on 60p, I cannot use the Cinelike D color profile. For some reason, if your do-it-all handle is plugged in, you can't do the Cinelike D profile. Anything above 30 frames per second on 4K doesn't allow it. So if I want to go 60 frames per second, I have to kick it down to 2.7K, which you can't really tell in post, but still, DJI, I don't understand the problem here. Make it so that you can use Cinelike D color profile in 60p with the do-it-all handle on it. That's another thing. I bought the creator combo kit, and it came with the normal short bottom on it that comes right out of the box. No need for that. It has no 1/4-inch thread or anything like that. The other 1/4-inch thread adapter that DJI has, I don't even have it out of the box right now because I put it on this thing one time, and it took me like 3 butter knives and a lot of patience to get it off of there. Like, the do-it-all handle has this little clip here that allows you to just pull the clip down and it releases really easily. Why not the other adapter? I'd probably use it more often than not have this issue with that 60 frames per second in 4K. Maybe start selling them with that other adapter that has the 1/4-inch thread on it. Make it so that that adapter has this quick release, because I damaged my Pocket getting that other adapter off and have never used it again. I don't find a reason not to use this other than these problems. Another problem is you plug your phone directly into the Pocket 2, and if you're plugging it directly into the Pocket 2 and you have your do-it-all handle on it, it tells you that it has to disconnect from the do-it-all handle. Now, it says that in the app, but I have noticed that I'm still able to use my wireless mic after I've selected OK, and then it technically disconnects the do-it-all handle or whatever, but it still lets me use it. Not sure why that error message is showing up. There's not really a reason for it if you're still going to be able to use the main functions of it, being the wireless microphone. So that's a weird thing. Not necessarily a problem because I'm still able to use the functions that I want for the do-it-all handle. So I don't know what that's about, but that's a thing you could probably fix in a firmware update also, DJI. One of the other main things that has gotten to me that I've mentioned before is you have the option to do continuous autofocus or touch autofocus, where you select a part on your screen that you want it to focus on all the time. The single autofocus is great. You can select a part on your screen to focus on. The problem with that single autofocus is it's going to be that one part, and when you click to different parts on your screen, there's a little bit of an issue trying to change focus. What I'd like to see, DJI, and this is an easy fix, is at least in the app, add manual focus on it. It's just like the focus you see on a cell phone when you have manual focus with the scroll wheel, where you just slide your finger on it and select your focus distance. That would be super cool and a very easy firmware update. You have the technology already in this camera to select distances of focus. It would be really cool to see you have the ability to actually slide a wheel, at least on the app, for focus. It would be really cool if you could add a scroll wheel adapter on this guy that allowed you to do manual focus on it. With the screen the size it is, that's a little impractical, but at least the app, that would be really cool. I've covered my main gripes about this. There's probably more, and if you've had your own gripes about it, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear them. There's some things that get to me here and there that I'm probably not bringing up in this, but I wanted to bring up the things that can be fixed mostly through firmware updates, or like that handle issue. That would be a simple adaptation that they could add to that other handle on future shipments. I don't expect a recall on it or anything like that, but it would be something cool to add, because that other 1/4 inch thread handle doesn't really cooperate well with removal and putting it back on. That's something to do for future customers that are buying the Pocket 2 from you and maybe want to use that and not the do-it-all handle. All right, you guys, you want to know about what I think the next camera should be? So there's a chance of the Osmo Pocket 3, but what I'd really like to see is an Osmo Pocket Pro, like a 1-inch sensor on a pocket camera with adjustable aperture. All these features that I talked about could be made to this in firmware updates, 4K 60. Like, it could be really cool to have a professional grade pocket camera. That'd be neat. Osmo Pocket 3, sure, but I feel like anything you can add to this that isn't already there in another camera is going to be firmware updates, unless you professional that camera up like you do in the drones, where the Mavic Pros have the ability to do aperture change and larger sensors, like larger sensor, aperture adjustment on the camera. That would be sick. Ability to do manual focus, stuff like that. Maybe a couple extra color profiles. Think about it, DJI. The next one, skip that Pocket 3 and do a Pocket Pro and blow the opponents out of the water, because, you know, Fimi and the other ones are not doing that stuff. So get us a Pro one, equivalent to the cameras on the Mavic Pro drones. Like, I'd pay the extra money for it. It'd be cool to have. If I can show professional grade end product, like end results, then I'd be happy to pay the extra money for a professional grade pocket camera. Wouldn't you guys? Leave a comment. Let me know. You want to see a Osmo Pocket Pro? That'd be cool. That about wraps up this video, guys. And I appreciate you coming back after my couple-week hiatus. Again, hit the like below if you enjoyed what I had to say about this and you agree with it. Comment, subscribe to the channel, and I'm going to see you guys next week. I'm going to keep grinding here at Eddie Studios, knock out these client videos. Check out the top video. It's last week's video, a couple weeks ago's video. Bottom's what YouTube recommends to you. And I'm keep grinding here at Eddie Studios. See you guys next week with something new. Peace.